down by your side. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. And face forward. Okay, 3 and 2, trade places. 3 and 2. Okay, now giving yourself some elbow room.
So, question 1. How has the coronavirus changed my way of life and how I take care of myself? I suppose if it's done anything, it has increased the number of times that I wash my hands and made me paranoid about being close to other people for the first time. Although, most people don't like you really up in their space anyway, so 6 feet may be a little excessive, but given the circumstances, probably the best thing to do. Really, as far as anything else is concerned, not much has changed. I still have the same lifestyle. I still try and, to a great extent, take care of myself, meaning watching what I eat and what I consume and trying to exercise. But it hasn't affected my job, and it really hasn't affected my outlook. It's a little surprising since the whole world has gone into crisis mode, and there's a lot of misinformation going around and a lot of foolish, optimistic talk. But other than that, I'd say things are pretty much the same. So, second question. How are my wife and I alike, and how are we different, and how are our approaches to how we take care of ourselves similar or dissimilar? Regardless, we as individuals are probably worlds apart. I think that what initially brought us together was more just physical attraction than it was anything else, because how do you really know who a person is or what they're like until you have spent some time with them and get to know them? And what I have discovered over the years is that the things that I consider, the things that are weaknesses about me personally, are her strengths, and the things that you might call or consider weaknesses on her part are my strengths. So to that end, we sort of balance out. She sets an example for me. My wife, where I have had issues in the past with things like addiction, obsessive behavior. She, while she has her obsessive tendencies, they're not as destructive as mine are. So she has given me purpose. She has, in many ways, helped me focus my energies, in a positive way, as opposed to sort of free-falling and doing whatever I want to do, which in the past has historically never turned out well. So as human beings, even if you would just take the gender thing out of it, we are really opposites in many respects. But we both have post-secondary education, and we both are professionals at our careers, and over the years we've done well together. It's the longest relationship I've managed to maintain thus far in my life, and my third marriage. But when it comes to taking care of ourselves, I walk a fine line, and I still have a tendency to do the kind of things I want to do, where she really toes the line, and really tries to watch what she eats. She takes a lot of vitamins and supplements, and doesn't drink and doesn't smoke, and so in some ways we are, like I said, polar opposites. But over the years, those differences have made us as a pair better people, I think, together. So even though under normal circumstances the two of us maybe wouldn't have ever gotten together, we did, and thus far it has worked out really well.
And relax your best side chest. And relax, face the rear, spiking your right calf about.
Okay, question 3. What is my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Really, probably the best one, I would have to say, even though probably wouldn't rank that high on maybe on others, lists. But the role that Arnold was best suited for, the one that, there have been several. Conan is one, but that doesn't make the top. The Terminator movie, the first Terminator movie, was I think a role that Arnold Schwarzenegger was designed to play. So if I was going to say what's my favorite, if I'm going to answer that question, even though I can think of several I've liked, it would be the first Terminator.
Welcome number 19, Dean Colfax.
Okay, so what is my favorite sport besides bodybuilding, and why? That's such a tough question because I haven't really played any sports. At least not as an adult. As a kid, obviously I played baseball, I played soccer, I went bowling on Saturdays, every Saturday for a long time. I used to play golf quite a bit. I don't know that I've really played any other organized sports. And I don't watch them on TV, so I hate to say it, but the fact that the hockey and basketball and whatever else they've canceled, college hoops, not making me lose any sleep. So right now, I guess if I had another sport other than bodybuilding that I would call a hobby, I started doing some competitive shooting recently with a group called the IDPA, International Defensive Pistol Association, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of a live fire exercise at these little cardboard silhouette targets, and it's done with a time stopwatch and counts for accuracy. So I have really enjoyed participating in that recently. So I suppose if I have another sport I'd call a hobby, it's pistol shooting competitively. Okay, so question 5. Jacob's going to make me get political. Who would I like to see elected president, and why? Without really pushing a name out just yet, I'll tell you what I'd like to see happen in the White House. I'd like to see a woman who's a minority in the White House. Okay, a woman who's a minority in the White House, because the country needs to move away from old white guys, or even middle-aged white guys. It really doesn't matter to me. I think men have had control of just about everything pretty much long enough, and gender equality, if there is an issue that I find significantly important, that would be it. There are several others, but you can go ahead and start painting the liberal label on me if you want. I don't really give a shit, because I don't consider myself a racist. I don't consider myself xenophobic. I'm not a misogynist. I try not to be a liar because I'm not very good at it. And I like to think pragmatically, using common sense, because this is a big country and there are a lot of people in it, and it's incredibly diverse. And so, when you start doing things like promoting Christianity as like some kind of state religion, pretty much like the Roman Empire did back when they legitimized the whole thing, then you are treading a path that that you condemn in other people. If you don't like the Sharia law situation, that many countries in the Middle East have, then you need to wake up and keep Christianity out of law and politics, because it doesn't belong there. So now, since I've gone ahead and spilled the beans, and painted myself as what I've been referred to on Facebook as a libtard, I'm going to say that when the time comes, and that time being after she has developed more political acumen and has become significantly more, I guess what I'm trying to say is that the person I'd like to see in the White House at some point in the future would be AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So take that for what it's worth. If you disagree, you disagree. That's fine. The current occupant of the White House is, in my opinion, not doing a good job. Never should have gotten there in the first place, and really needs to sort of disappear at this point and go away, kind of like George W. Bush did after the Iraq War debacle and the housing market collapse. Because things like that are coming, whether you believe it or not. So, know that I said it just now. So when the time comes, and all of these policies and all of these things that are going on now with this current administration backfire, and your kids or their kids end up having to pay for these mistakes, just know that I'm telling you right now that that's what's happening. And there's nothing in this world I'd like to see more than for it to come to an end, and somebody stable, somebody truly stable, I don't care if they're a genius or not, just emotionally and mentally stable, occupies the White House. I probably will continue to push for anything but what we currently have. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and go to my YouTube channel, and it's under my name, Dean Colfax, and watch some of my exercise videos. Thanks for watching.